We are back and we are working on the hood of the C10, getting all the grease off from underneath the hood at this point. And what I'm using is what I've mentioned before is my go-to degreaser, and that's the stuff from Sam's Club. Probably get the same thing at Costco. It's the restaurant industrial degreaser that, you know, 1 gallon makes 64 gallons, but I mix it probably 2 to 3 times as strong as that. I put about 1 ounce in a quart, so that's what, at least 4 times as strong as what the minimum recommendation is. Anyway, with that and a red scrubber, I mean, it all came off real easy. I'm just going through and getting off what I can in this stage, and then hosing it down, and then I will use the red pad on the drill, but I might use my air powered tool. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I will take this down a lot further. I didn't want to try doing that with all the oil and grease that was on here, so we'll just take some of this off. I've been scrubbing on it for about a half hour, maybe less, 15-20 minutes, and just getting all the grease off so that when it comes time, probably later today, to use the to sort of sand it, but just using this, because what I'm going to do is paint the underneath with under hood black, and I want it to stick, and I don't want to see a lot of scratches. So this is fine enough to clean and coarse enough to help with mechanical adhesion. So tomorrow and the next day are supposed to be very, very warm. So over 70 degrees, which will be perfect for painting. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm also going to get some other parts out of boxes and prep them and get them ready for the same black paint, the underhood black, and undercoating of the front fenders. And at the same time, I will prep underneath the truck where the transmission's going to go in, because I won't want to paint with the transmission in. I will paint under the cab between the frame rails, because I'm going to need to do cab corners and a lot of refabricating underneath the truck, but the only place it's good is between the frame rails. So I'll paint that, I'll prep it, I'll paint it, and that'll be done, and then I can do the work on the cab corners and the rockers. My fenders, I took them off. I found that they had the spray foam paint Bondo situation going on there in the corners of the fenders, so I got new fenders for it. I just said heck with it. If the new fenders don't fit quite right, then we'll either make them fit or we'll cut patches out of them and put them onto the old fenders, which I know fit. So follow along. We got a lot of work to do. See you in a few minutes. So here's the truck up on the lift. I haven't removed all the electronics from the core support, so I need to do that. Take it off, clean up the extensions on the frame for the bumper. I need to spray those, and then when I get under here, as you can see, there's a bit of rust to contend with, but under here is not too bad. All I want to do is clean it up, throw some paint on there, so that I'm not trying to do that once the transmission is in, which I'm hoping to have done by the end of this week. I want to get the engine and transmission in the truck. There's no way I'm going to get it running in that time, but I want to get it in the truck because I've got a little road trip coming up. I'm going to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma to a car show. I'm hopefully going to be meeting with David Newburn, and Mike Cotton is who I'm going to hopefully be able to say hello to while I'm there. I've actually spoken to them online. They're going to be at the Tulsa, Oklahoma car show. And so I'm going to take a couple of days off and go do that, get refreshed, come back energetic, and start working on this. I'm not going to be working on body work until I get this thing road ready, and then I'm going to put it over here, and then the track vet's going to go up here because I need to figure out what's going on with the transmission on that. It's either the fork got bent, the ball got broken, for some reason it's not disengaging the clutch until you got the pedal all the way to the floor, which is not a sign of a worn out clutch. It's a sign of something maladjusted and it's not disengaging. So we'll have to look into that closely, but I'm not going to do that on the gravel road. So I'm going to wait until I can get the track vet up on the lift. All right, everybody, we'll be back in a little bit. I've got the hood in the paint booth, aka the Shelter Logic. And then now, oh yeah, I finished up the barbecue. It looks pretty good. Now what I'm doing is scuffing up the brand new core support, radiator support. But first, what you need to do is wipe it down with either thinners or degreaser. I chose the water-based degreaser for now. And then when I'm done scuffing it up with the red pad, I will wipe it down with thinners. Hopefully, not tomorrow, but the next day, it won't be windy like it is today, and we can spray this, because I'm looking forward to putting this all together. I need to get that engine in, get the core support on, get the fenders on. You don't necessarily need to have the hood on, but I would like to get it running in the next couple of weeks. I know that is a long shot, but hey, you gotta have plans, right? You gotta have goals. My goal is that on the next couple of days when it gets really warm, we're gonna spray underhood black. I know this looks black, but it's just got the coating on that comes from when it was stamped in China, actually Taiwan, ROC, Republic of China. So yeah, we'll get this all scuffed up. I've already done the other side. We'll scuff this up, and then hopefully tomorrow evening or the next day we can throw some paint on it. We'll see you back in a bit. Here we are once again. We're going to paint, and I'm going to repaint these inner fenders for the C10. This is a new core support for the C10 that I've scuffed with a red Scotch-Brite. And I did the same under the hood for the C10, but I found that there was some spots that had a little bit of rust on, so I went over it with the wire wheel and then with 400 paper. So I actually sanded quite a bit on this, a lot more than I thought I was going to. Anyway, today is one of 2 days that the temperature is over 70 degrees, and in this hot box it's probably going to be over 80, which is perfect for painting. I'm just hoping that the wind calms down. Super Truck's getting ready to go on another road trip. Track vet is waiting to get on the lift as soon as I can get the C10 muscle truck off of there. I'll show you what's going on with that. You may have noticed that the Journey is no longer there. That's because I sold it recently. Sold it to a nice young family that has 5 kids and 1 on the way. They needed the 3rd row seating, and I felt like, you know, the car, I believe, was probably going to be quite reliable. I had a lot of work done to it. I sold it to them for far less than what I had in it. I figure I did them a favor and did a good deed, you know. So we have a bird in here. I'm hoping he can find his way out without getting hurt. There he is up there on the top. He had to have come through that door. Silly guy. So anyway, this is what we're doing with the muscle truck. I have only this little bit on the front to do to get cleaned up, degreased, and painted, and a little bit underneath the cab that I want to get done so that I'm not having to worry about working around the transmission when it comes to painting. So I'm going to throw some paint on that. I put a little bit of Pour 15 on there a couple days ago, and that just dripped all over the darn place. That was a mess. I'm going to take off the AC components and the blower and whatnot, tape up some cardboard, I think, to that. Eventually I'll be getting a vintage air system. I would have already had it, but when I called and spoke with them, they said, oh, we are months and months away from getting what you need in stock. I said, okay, well, I'll call back later and then wait months and months, because I'm not ready yet. Anyway, that's where we are. I still have my holly banner to put up. I'm probably going to do that in the next couple days. Taking off to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma for a car show where I'm going to meet with David Newbern and Mike Cotton. I've spoken to them, and I'm going to go say hello at the booth that they're in. That should be pretty cool. Go check out some cars and hopefully be able to make some videos and bring them to you, so you can basically go to the car show with me. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Just a very short video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I super appreciate all the new subscribers. It is really exciting. Even though we didn't get to 25 comments on a couple of videos, I'm still going to get the random comment picker, and I'll probably pick 2 or 3 names per video on those that have had a few comments, good or bad, I don't care. And I'll send out some shirts for free. All you guys have to do is listen to the video where I do the drawing. Within a week, get back with me with your name and address. I'll check and see if you're a subscriber and whether or not you've shared the video. And if you have, I'll send you a shirt. Simple as that. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you very much. Thanks for subscribing. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about any of the videos I've done. And we'll talk soon.